Hello, I'm Christie with RÖD Wine, and this is the first of our video series that will be airing on our website every couple of weeks. And today I thought I'd do something fun. The holiday barbecue season is upon us, and many of us are out planning our menus, what we're going to put on the grill, what beer we're going to have in the cooler. And, well, one of the most popular wine cocktails is sangria, but I thought I'd change things up a bit and show you a couple recipes that I enjoy. The first one is going to be very simple. In fact, they're both very simple. The first one we're going to start out with is a wine Mojito cocktail. And of course, one of the most important ingredients in a Mojito is fresh mint. So you want to get a good maybe 6 to 7 fresh mint leaves, put that in a glass. And we're going to muddle this up just as you would with a Mojito. You want to get all the oils out so it adds nice flavor to the cocktail. Most Mojito recipes call for sugar, but I personally don't care for it because normally the sugar just sits at the bottom of your glass and doesn't do anything to sweeten the overall cocktail. Instead of sugar, I like to use agave syrup. It's really nice. Not only does it mix in the cocktail, but adds a really nice toasty flavor to the overall nuance of the cocktail as well. And it blends up really well. So we're going to add a couple heaping teaspoons of that. You can add more if you want, if you really like your cocktail sweet, but I tend to stay on the light side because agave nectar is quite strong. And to that, we want to add 1 part of freshly squeezed lime juice in the glass, and then 1 part of cucumber water. What is cucumber water? It's very simple. What you do is you take an entire cucumber, you peel it, you slice it up, and you put it in maybe your hand mixing container like this. Fill it up to the top point here, the top line. And this one in particular, this is 20 ounces, so fill that with filtered water, give it a blend, let it sit in the refrigerator for a couple of hours. That way the cucumber can really sit in the water and get its flavor out. Then once you're ready, go ahead and strain out the pulp with a fine sieve, just like this, and you have this lovely bright green colored cucumber water for your cocktails. 1 part of cucumber water. In we go. And I'm just going to give that a stir to mix in the agave nectar. The next ingredients we're going to add, of course, it's the wine cocktail, we're going to add the wine. What kind of wine do you add to a wine cocktail? What I like to recommend is stay the middle of the road in price range. A lot of people think, oh, I can get a cheap wine because it's being masked up with other flavors, you know, in this one, the mint, the cucumber water, the lime juice. However, if you want a good cocktail, you need good ingredients, just as any food or meal you're making. So you don't have to go super expensive, top of the line. This People Pinay that I'm using from Languedoc, this organic wine, this ranges around $8 to $10, and People Pinay in general is fairly inexpensive. And this is a nice one, it's got some nice stone fruit to it, good acidity. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill up the glass. About 3/4 of the way. You can add a couple ice cubes. And then you want to finish it with some sparkling wine. If you don't like sparkling wine, that's fine. You can just finish it with the base wine you're using, or another one, depending on what you like. And this one in particular is a Cremant d'Alsace. Sparkling Brut. This one goes for about $11 to $13. And you top that off. And that is our first cocktail. Our second cocktail is just as easy, except we're going to do something a little bit different. And if you enjoy sweet and savory mixes like I do in your food or your drink, this one will be quite interesting for some of you. We're going to use some fresh basil. Just a couple fairly large leaves of fresh basil, that's really all you need. It's quite strong once you muddle it up. So we're just going to muddle this just as you did with the mint. And that will be good enough. And to keep it light, we're going to add some lime juice as well. So again, 1 part. There we go. And then here we have our kiwi pulp. I blended up some kiwi with 1 whole kiwi with 2 ounces of water. Filtered water I like to add. And for this one, we're going to just do a few tablespoons in the cocktail. About 4 should do it. Maybe 5. I like kiwi. And then we're going to add just 1 teaspoon of agave nectar because the kiwi has some sweetness to it already and the basil can be quite sweet in its aromatic way. We're just going to add a little bit of this, a good teaspoon. Mix that up. We're going to use the same wines, the Picpoul de Pinet. We're going to add the Cremant d'Alsace. We're just going to top off the glass. This one's going to fizz a little bit more than the first one. So I'm just going to let that fizz. And then I can add a little bit more. Now you don't have to use Picpoul de Pinet or even this Cremant d'Alsace. If you want to use Cava, Prosecco, that will work just as well. If you enjoy Sauvignon Blanc, get yourself a mid-range Sauvignon Blanc around $12 to $13. That will work just fine. Maybe some Pinot Grigio, pretty much any dry style white wine you like will work for these wine cocktails. That's really fizzy. Okay, so there you have it. They're pretty easy. Just check the website. I'll have the recipes up there for you and some variations as well. But I hope you have a good holiday season. Happy grilling season. Cheers.